loves, welcome to the podcast. It's Emily
and Abigail.
And today's episode is called The Preview.
We're so excited to get started, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us from whatever platform you are on.
So the purpose of today's episode is to give you guys some backstory on how me and Abigail met, give you guys some insight on how the Babe podcast was born, and give you guys some things to look forward to in January.
Right. We're actually going to talk a little bit about our new series called New Year, New Habits. We're so excited to give you guys some insight because this has been a journey for us and it's going to continue to be one. And we really want y'all to be in the know because you're walking with us through it. Like all the support we've gotten, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, no, we are so thankful already for how many of you guys are already tuning in and, you know, really supporting us. And we're so excited to really show you guys, you know, what we've got in plan and what we've got in store for the future.
Right. We're so excited. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So how we met.
So me and Abigail met through our college ministry that we both attend. And when did we meet? Like September?
So, yeah, it was the beginning of September. Her and I actually have a couple of mutual friends through this ministry and they introduced us to each other. And at first I was like, dang, she is so cool. Like I want to get to know her. Like we had the same vibe. She was on my wavelength, you know, kind of goofy, but also when we need to be serious, we can sit down and have a good conversation.
Yeah, no, literally. It's so funny though, because we never hung out. Like we never hung out. I always was like, she is so cool. She's awesome. But we didn't hang out till the fall retreat, right?
Right. So it's actually kind of funny. We ended up going to this river where you put your tube on it and you just go down it.
Listen, guys, just sidetrack for just one moment. If y'all went to the fall retreat, I know some of our listeners went with us. You know, we all thought it was going to be like a 5-minute walk for like a 30-minute ride down the river.
Nope.
No, we all got played. It was a 30-minute walk for a 2-mile ride down.
But it was so
crazy.
Fun. I loved it.
It was okay. It was all right. I carried your tube the whole time and lost your sunglasses.
She did lose my sunglasses, guys.
I did lose your sunglasses. I promised her Pit Vipers, guys. So Pit Viper, if you're listening to us by chance, please sponsor us. I need 2 pairs of orange sunglasses.
Preferably.
We'll accept any kind of donation, please. But it was just crazy though, because while we were walking, we realized we have a lot in common.
Right. So that 5-minute walk, which was actually a 30-minute walk, her and I were just going down at the river. We ended up being right next to each other and just started talking about life. We talked about high school, the clubs we did, just the different type of sports we did in our past in general, how we grew up, the different circumstances we've encountered, and realized we actually had a lot in common, including the way that just different people were in and out of our life.
Yeah, it was really just amazing just how much we had in common, and we felt close ever since. And then after the fall retreat and getting really close to Abigail there, I went to a different conference, and at that conference so many people poured into me. It was just such a cool thing that so many people poured into me, people I didn't even know, and they were like, you need to get on every platform you can. You need to try to start this podcast. You need to do this. You need to start a blog. And I was like, I don't know how to do any of that. But then I came back and I was like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. Abigail has a blog. Yeah. I need to talk to her. Wait a minute. This is so cool. Friend I just made knows exactly what she's doing. So I went and talked to her at the Thanksgiving for the Nations thing.
So basically after the fall retreat, her and I got close right off the bat. Like our friends had no idea we were even that close. Like when we dropped our podcast on December 1st, people straight up were like, wait, y'all are friends? I'm like, yeah, actually she's my bestie.
Like we talk all the time. You just don't see us together, but we talk all the time.
Yeah, but anyway, I had started my blog not too long ago. And so she came up to me at this Thanksgiving event our church held. And when we were talking, she was like, yo, how do you get this going? All of that stuff. Well, we got really deep about some other stuff going on in our life, and then decided, oh wait, we actually have a ton in common. Got super vulnerable, shed some tears, you know, the whole fun stuff.
Bawled our tears in the middle of this huge event. It was hilarious.
So funny because everyone straight up was like, where did Emily and Abigail go? They went MIA. My friends were literally calling my phone, where are you at? I'm like, actually, I'm just talking to Emily, you know. But beside the point, we move on and we start talking about social media, different things to get out there to spread the word, spread the gospel, gospel, just different things. And her and I looked at each other and like, wait.
It was so funny. I was like, this is completely off topic, but so on topic. Do you want to start a podcast together? And she was like, oh my goodness, yes. And then didn't we like set up to have coffee like literally later that week? And that's kind of like when the whole like Babe podcast really was born.
Right. It was crazy because I had been thinking I want to start a podcast, but I didn't want to do it by myself either because we just bounce off each other a lot better than I would by myself. I don't know if I could come up with that content on my own, you know?
Literally same.
I was like, I need a partner in crime doing this with me, right?
It was it just such a divine appointment. Such
Literally,
a divine appointment.
It was amazing. Anyway, moving forward, we sat down, we got coffee that same week, and we just started planning a logo, a name, what we wanted to talk about, the general reason why we want to start podcasts in the first place, and really put it all together.
And it was so funny. So Babe podcast, number one, let me back up. Anybody can be a babe. We've had so many of these like dudes come up like, I can't follow you, I'm not a babe. I'm like, listen, embrace the babe culture.
Oh my goodness, that's her favorite line.
I love it. Embrace the babe culture. Anyone, any gender, religion, age can be a babe. Embrace it. And then it was just so cool because at the same time, me and Abigail, babe just means something just so personal for us. It means born again believers eternally. And I mean, you don't have to be a believer to listen, because we also will just talk about like life and different seasons that we're in, and just, you know, as she said, like our new series is going to be New Year, New Habits, and just talking about, you know, just healthy lifestyles. But it's so exciting to us as well because this is a platform that, you know, we get to really share what changed our lives personally. And Abigail, I don't know if you want to elaborate on that a little bit more.
Yeah, so the born again believer eternally, what it means to us is like our past, it doesn't define us. You know, we're found in the Lord and we can live in complete freedom. Like being born again really means, okay, my past does not define my future. Who I am in Jesus is what defines who I am, you know?
Yeah, moving forward in life and positivity too. Right. Just like, you know, not focusing on all the negative, but focusing on the positive.
Right. And also the eternity part,
yeah.
It is not a temporary fulfillment like other things on this earth. You know, it is eternal and will be the only thing that could ever possibly sustain us. You know, it's crazy how it affected Emily and I's own lives. And really, we want to encourage you guys in your walk with the Lord because it really made such a game changer for us, but also in general, how that has oozed into every other part of her life. You know, it's not just spiritually, but physically, mentally, emotionally, different aspects in how we now navigate it because our past is not holding us back. You know, it's not keeping us there.
Yeah, it's so exciting. You know, me and Abigail end up referring to this a lot as a journey, and you guys are along this journey with us. But it's so profound just how much we have been blessed through this process, but how much just wisdom and knowledge has been poured into us in the short amount of time that honestly we've been able to create this podcast. And then also just being able to share just things that have really turned our lives for the better. I think, like, you know, Christianity is a big part for me and Abigail, but also just healthy talk between friends, you know, really, really navigating, you know, what's healthy, what's not. And I think this platform is going to be a big thing for us, you know,
right.
Absolutely.
And just as we were saying, you know, we didn't figure this all out on our own. Like, this is not saying we're perfect in anyway. A majority of the wisdom that we have is from our other people that pour into us. Our spiritual leaders, our spiritual moms and dads, you know, the people that really took time to sit down with us and encourage us and how they navigated different seasons in our life.
Yeah.
I remember like a week ago, Emily and I were talking about there's some seasons that she's ahead of me and some seasons where I'm ahead of her. You know, she's walked through different things that I'm now walking through, and now she's walking through some things that I already went through. And it's cool because we can relate and pour into each other. And it's the same with what we want to do here. Y'all are going to be in different seasons.
Yeah, just really using this platform to encourage you guys. Also, you guys encouraging us as we're growing as well. And, you know, just being able to really walk that out with you guys. And we're so excited because that kind of goes exactly into our January series, which is New Year, New Habits.
Right. We're so excited. We have so much planned for you guys. Like we said, this is just the preview episode. So this has nothing to do really with what we're going to be talking about weekly. And we're going to have different guests. We have a couple people that we took aside and just talked about, hey, we want this person because they're going to be able to talk about this. Like very specific things that we think are going to help you guys.
Yeah, none of this is just random. Like
Not at all.
so much planning behind the scenes, so much preparation for this. So we really want to do everything on this podcast to excellence. And that's also like, with the guests coming on and sharing a little about the habits, that have helped them. We're just so excited because I keep saying excited over and over and over, but it's really true. Like, I am so excited to be able to just share with everyone things that have helped influence me and have influenced others on just how to create this, like, new year. Everyone has New Year resolutions. I feel like we don't stick to them.
That's
so, like,
why we're emphasizing the habit part.
Make it a habit, because once you adopt it into your lifestyle, it changes everything.
Come on now.
Everything. It's so awesome.
Yeah, and next week we're actually going to be talking about the quiet place and the sacred space. We're going to go into detail about that alone time that we have with the Lord and how it's really changed our life.
Yeah.
But also the alone time we have just individually. We can only do so much in a week and not get drained. You have to be poured into.
You gotta take breaks, man.
You gotta
rest. Have that time for yourself. Have that self-care moment, and being able. I'm not preaching it, y'all, at all. Listen, I am probably the worst when it comes to that.
Oh my goodness.
I am probably the worst when it comes to that. But the thing is there's such an important lesson to learn in that, because when you do adopt that into your lifestyle, everything changes.
Right. Like when you take time and set it aside to really rest in the presence of the Lord, you get filled back up. And it's so, so important. So we're going to dive more into that next week. And then just some other things you can expect is the last 3 weeks of January, we're going to have different guests. We have a guy, a girl, and then 2 of our spiritual leaders. And they're going to come on and talk about some different habits that they adopted in school, that they had in just different walks of life.
Dude, I am so excited. Every single person that's going to be on this podcast is just blessed me and Abigail individually so much. So we cannot wait for them to just bless all of you guys. And then also the first episode that we talk about is going to be on January 5th, and that's going to continue all the way through January. And then stay tuned for February. Guys, it's relationship month, so stay tuned. We've got some great things in store for February. We've already had some plans in the making, and we cannot wait to share them with you guys.
Right. We're so excited. We keep saying that, but I mean, I can't think of any synonyms for the word excited.
I'm so stoked, man.
There we go.
I am so stoked. Like, I am so excited. I'm so stoked. We are just ecstatic at, just the start of this, again, you guys growing with us as we grow. And yeah.
Also, just throwing it out there, if you don't follow us on Instagram, you can go ahead and follow us at Babe Podcast. And then on Facebook and Twitter, we are The Babe Podcast, as well as TikTok. And we will have a YouTube up on January 5th to go with our episode then. But for the preview, we don't have a YouTube up yet. We don't know if it's going to be a recording yet or if it will be a physical video of us with the guests that we're going to have on.
Stay tuned. It'll
be
a surprise for you guys.
Surprise. But we're so ecstatic. There we go. I like that synonym. That's a good one.
We are so excited and just so thankful, so blessed at this whole entire process. We cannot wait to just, be able to share things that we have learned with you guys to help you grow and help shape us.
And we will be posting every single Wednesday starting January 5th. It'll be every Wednesday at midnight. Today, on January 1st, it was at 12 p.m. just because it's the new year. We know a lot of y'all were probably out last night doing some fireworks, whatever. So we said 12 p.m. is probably better than midnight. Plus, we're going to have some Chick-fil-A. We're going to have some gift baskets for the first 3 subscribers.
We got some goodies for y'all.
Right.
So we got some goodies. Santa came late. Just kidding.
Oh. So make sure you hit that follow on Spotify, Apple, whatever you're following us on. Go ahead and do that so we can distribute those things, which will be announced on our Instagram story on January 5th.
Yep. So stay tuned, guys. We can't wait to see you guys in 4 days. That's crazy. 4 days and every Wednesday after that. So I guess all we have left to really say is
See you babes on Wednesday. Have a good one, y'all.
Bye.